is Douglas Balch. I go by Doug. I'm 32 years old and I live in Ocean City, Maryland. I grew up in upstate New York in a pretty big family, and I am the oldest of 5 boys. And the thing about growing up in a family with all boys is that things usually get out of hand pretty quick, and everything results in a physical altercation. I mean, the second that we would wake up in the morning, somebody's jumping on somebody, or the minute we would get home from school, there's a wrestling match ready to break out. You know, so in the way that we would handle things, or we would solve a problem, would be with a flying drop kick, or the way that we would bond would be with, you know, a figure 4 leg lock. And I mean, even playing games, like we couldn't sit around and play video games. That wasn't enough for us. We couldn't sit around and play Clue. We would have to invent games like boxing Monopoly, or my personal favorite game was this game that we invented called the bar game. And since I was the oldest, I got to be the bouncer. So I would stuff a pillow in my shirt, and I would, you know, become like the Earthquake or Yokozuna, and all my little brothers would have to get in through the bar. So they'd come in and they'd flash their little IDs, which was a baseball card, and try to make it in the room without being suspicious, you know. But I could always find some kind of suspicious activity, so they'd come in and I'd start whacking them. And, you know, next thing you know, all my brothers are jumping in, and my cousins would jump in, so it's a battle royal, you know. And that's how we did things, you know. And I mean, looking back now, I really do feel bad for my parents, because I'm sure we embarrassed them on a million occasions, you know. I remember, like, my mom would come home from work and she'd say, "Oh, the ladies from work are coming over for dinner, so you guys got to be on good behavior," which would last all of about 5 minutes, and then next thing you know, they're witnessing WrestleMania through the living room, and the tornadoes that were drop kicks that were flying off a chair or something. You know, and I really do want to give my parents a lot of credit, because they really did a great job raising 5 rowdy and obnoxious boys, and you know, they really do deserve a lot of credit. You know, having a big family really helped me become a people person. So I wanted to find a job where I could connect with people. So I work with international college students that come to the United States on a work and travel program. I help them find jobs and housing in tourist areas. And it's a pretty amazing job, because I get to meet so many people from all over the world, and in most cases, a lot of these students are here for the first time, and sometimes I'm one of the first Americans that they meet when they come here. So it's a big responsibility, and I want to be, you know, at least somewhat of a positive influence when they come to this country. And it's really, really great, because I get to learn so much about so many different cultures, and, you know, to this point, I've really made some lifelong friends, so it's pretty amazing. You know, working with international students is a fun and exciting job, but it's not overly demanding. And it leaves me with a lot of time to explore my interests and passions. And what I'm most passionate about is music. I started writing poems and songs as a teenager, and later formed a band that I'm actually really proud of. And I've been lucky enough to perform all over the United States and even in Europe. And you know, when you're performing on stage and playing songs that you wrote, there's really nothing like it at all. There's really no other feeling. All your energy and all your emotions, you know, come out, and it's just unbelievable. And I can't even explain it. I can't even put it into words what it feels like to put it all out there like that, you know. And I've been performing in bands for so long now, and really, as exciting as it is, I was hoping by now that it would have grown into something bigger and better. And after a while, it gets to the point where you kind of feel like you need something a little bit more. So when my brother started training to be a professional wrestler, my eyes lit up. It was like a dream come true. And I wanted to find a way to be as confident in wrestling as I was on stage performing music. And the best way for me to do that was to combine the two. And that's when I developed the character, the rock star. Big, strong, and good looking, cocky and confident, you know. And the character is part of me, so I just had to find a way to really exaggerate who I already am. And it made an easy transition. It didn't hurt that I'm 6'2", 240 pounds. So the transition was relatively easy to become this larger-than-life character in the wrestling ring. To me, wrestling takes patience, dedication, a ridiculous amount of hard work and training. I mean, it's the classic example of good versus evil. It's brutal, it's entertainment, it's dramatic, it demonstrates athleticism at its finest. I mean, it's art, and I want to be an artist.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. He never had the makings to be a varsity athlete. He never had what it took to attain a level of rock star status, and you most certainly do not have what it takes to be a barber. To touch my hair, Beefcake, you have to have your hands dipped in magic. Fingertips of gold. I grew out these angelic locks just to test you, Beefcake. Just to show you what you'll never have. You can't afford to touch my hair. My hair costs $1,000 a strand. $1,000 a strand. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake, you will find it hard to believe that someone that looks this good will make you feel so bad.
Rockstar throws Buds off the ropes. Wow, big clothesline there from the Rockstar. Picks up Tommy Buds now, and there it is, finally, the big scoop slam.
Oh, it was real tough after Jay Lover laid him out with a chair.
Regardless, he finally got it. The Rockstar now going to the outside, scaling the top rope, and a big splash. There it is, cover two. Side, the Rockstar picking up Earl Cooter, sending him off the rope. And there it is, the stairway to heaven, goes for a cover. And that's it for Pads in this match.
No, and this is an onslaught, and this is retribution for a man who's been bullied
Ducks
around.
a clothesline, delivers a double clothesline of his own, does the Rockstar. Pumped up. Big scoop slam there from the Rockstar.